At this Senate Judiciary Committee hearing, tensions flared as Senator Josh Hawley questioned Maria Pacheco, president and CEO of the Dream.us, about undocumented students participating in pro-Palestinian encampments on college campuses. The hearing delved into the controversial issue of whether undocumented students involved in such activities, particularly those accused of inciting violence or making threats against Jewish students, should face deportation. Senator Hawley cited recent reports of inflammatory rhetoric and actions at universities like Columbia and George Washington, including calls for violence and the burning of the U.S. flag, as he pressed Pacheco and other panelists on the appropriateness of providing scholarships to undocumented individuals who may be engaging in unlawful or harmful behavior. The discussion also raised broader questions about fairness, accountability, and the use of taxpayer funds to support non-citizens in higher education, sparking a heated debate about the moral and legal implications of these policies.
Thank you, Senator. Senator Hawley.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Thanks to all of the witnesses for being here. Ms. Pacheco, if I could just start with you. Your organization, the Dream.us, you provide support for undocumented young people for college and career success. Is that broadly right? Am I getting it right?
That's correct.
And among the things you do is you provide scholarships to these undocumented students. Have I got that correct?
That's right.
And so college scholarships, just to be clear.
Correct.
Okay, gotcha. Can you tell me, maybe you know the answer to this, maybe you don't, any of the students, do you know if any of the students to whom your organization has provided a college scholarship are currently part of the encampments on any of these college campuses, like the picture you see behind me? I'm sure we've all seen these videos.
No, Senator.
Nobody to whom you provide scholarships are part of the encampments?
I do not know.
Oh, you don't know. What about, do you know if any of the students to whom you provided scholarships have physically threatened Jewish students on campus?
I do not know.
Here's why I'm asking. NBC News just reported, and I'm just going to quote now from the article, quote, this is Columbia University, a Columbia undergraduate who provided only her initials because she is an undocumented immigrant and fears deportation, said last week she spent hours a day in the encampment. This would be the illegal encampment that's in violation of the law as well as campus policy. Spent hours a day in the encampment, I'm quoting still now, before university officials threatened to suspend those students. The article goes on, she joined, this student, joined a supplies platoon. That's a subgroup formed by pro-Palestinian campus organizers, end quote. Let me just review some of the things that these students, these in the encampments, that is, are saying. And of course, we often don't know who these students are. They're concealing their identities. This is, I'm going to read to you now, and I just warn folks, this is not pleasant stuff, but these are the facts, and we have to tell the truth. This is just from last night at George Washington University. That's here in this town. They projected, the students in the encampment there projected onto various buildings images of the United States flag being burned with the graphics, Gaza lights the spark that will set the empire ablaze. They projected the following: long live the student.
The fact that undocumented students, individuals who are in this country illegally, are not only allowed to attend college, but are also receiving scholarships funded by hardworking American taxpayers is nothing short of outrageous. This is a slap in the face to every American citizen struggling to pay skyrocketing tuition costs while watching their tax dollars subsidize education for those who shouldn't even be here in the first place. Let's be clear, these aren't just students quietly pursuing an education. Reports from campuses like Columbia and George Washington University reveal that some of these individuals are actively participating in pro-Palestinian encampments, burning the American flag, and inciting violence against Jewish students. One Columbia student who admitted to being undocumented bragged about spending hours in these illegal encampments, which violate both campus policies and U.S. law. At George Washington, students projected messages like Gaza lights the spark that will set the empire ablaze, and called for the beheading of those who support Israel. This isn't peaceful protest, it's hateful, violent, and un-American. So why are we rewarding this behavior? Why are we allowing individuals who are here illegally, who openly disrespect our laws and our values, to benefit from scholarships and taxpayer-funded resources? American citizens are forced to jump through hoops to afford college, with many single parents and working families struggling to make ends meet. Meanwhile, undocumented students, some of whom are actively engaging in anti-American and anti-Semitic activities, are handed opportunities on a silver platter. Where is the fairness in that? The irony is almost too much to bear. These individuals who are here illegally are holding people's tribunals and calling for the persecution of others, all while enjoying the freedoms and opportunities this country provides. If someone on a student visa caused this kind of unrest in another country, they'd be deported immediately. Yet here, we're bending over backward to accommodate them. It's indefensible. Senator Hawley hit the nail on the head. If these students are here illegally and are violating U.S. laws, whether through trespassing, inciting violence, or making threats, they should be deported. Period. And let's not stop there. Any student here on a visa who participates in this kind of behavior should have their visa revoked and be sent packing. This isn't just about enforcing the law, it's about sending a moral message. The United States cannot and should not tolerate individuals who threaten our citizens, burn our flag, and spew hateful rhetoric while benefiting from our generosity. The fact that organizations like the Dream.us
Intifada.
are funneling resources
Down with
to
the settler
undocumented
state.
students,
That would be the state of
some
Israel,
of whom
I
may be
suppose.
involved in these
Glory to
despicable
the
activities,
martyrs of
raises
Palestine.
serious questions.
It's a jihadist
Where's
slogan.
their funding coming from?
Stained with the
Who is
blood
enabling
of
this?
44,000
It's time for a
Palestinians.
full investigation into
That's
how
last
these
night
groups operate
at
and whether they're
GW.
complicit in
Also
aiding
at
and abetting
GW,
federal
they're now
crimes.
calling for beheading
This
the
isn't
student
just
encampment.
about immigration.
Beheading
It's about the soul of our nation.
beheading
We cannot
of
allow
individuals
our
who
colleges and
support the
universities to
state
become
of
breeding
Israel,
grounds for
including holding a
anti-American
people's
sentiment and violence.
tribunal where they're putting
While I
on
cannot
trial, quote
continue to
unquote,
prioritize those
various members
who
of their
break
own
our
board of
laws
trustees
over
and calling
hardworking
for a
American
guillotine.
citizens who play
Here's
by the
Columbia
rules.
University students
It's
on
time to
April the
put
20th,
Americans
2024.
first,
This is all
enforce
public
our
record.
laws,
I'm reading
and
this now.
restore
This is
some
on,
semblance of
I
fairness
guess it's
and
X.
justice to our education
Columbia
system.
University students yelling at
Anything
Jewish
less
students.
is a betrayal
And I
of the
quote,
American people.
"Never